Okay, YouTube Collective, you've had a very big breakthrough recently, and you may have even had specific things break around you at the time this timeless oracle and tarot reading message finds you. The way today is going to work is that we are going to have a pick a pile, and I'm going to show you the piles in just a moment. Yet I'm also going to do a brief, general, total collective message because there is a guiding thread, and I'm getting the sense while we are being encouraged to choose what resonates, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, especially when it comes to the piles. It's remembering that we are a part of a collective, and while there are these moments of important individualization, distinction, uniqueness, like really embracing the you and your beautiful soul and how you're being called to express it, and the ways in which you have calibrated and loved and reconnected and intentionally rebuilt and reprogrammed your ego to serve your soul in ever more joyful, abundant, prosperous, healthy, pleasurable, etc., 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 like all these beautiful high vibrational things, loving ways. So there's something about this in the sense of remember this, because there are February is bringing in a lot of rose quartz pink, soft and loving energy. And at the same token, there are some things we are like tying off. There's some weaves that are being tied off. There are some weaves and chains being severed. There is a liberatory energy, and this message is for the folks who have been feeling this liberatory energy and this breakthrough. Key synchronicity that this may resonate with you and for you, aside from birds chirping quite a lot. Like legit, it was super quiet, and now all of a sudden, like birds around the way are going in and off. So yay! So birds chirping, as well as if you've had any, like I said, things breaking, more specifically jewelry breaking, bracelets breaking. I had one break earlier today that had survived for quite some time. It was a bracelet that I really treasured. Like it was simple. It was something made essentially out of beads. Somebody made it for me using my favorite colors, and it had my name in it. And long story short, it snapped unexpectedly. And I took a moment to kind of like process like letting it go and being like, oh, I really love that item. And yeah, I'm not like sad or heartbroken over it, because I know it popped off because it was finished doing what it came here to do, which was to really help more physically and tangibly and daily help me cement who I've chosen to be and to become, and to love that person and to continue to believe in that person and really embody that. And it became just as much an intentional piece of magic as it did enjoyable, quote unquote, jewelry slash accessories to wear. And it was like custom made, for somebody who gave it to me for free. I gave them a complimentary card pull because I felt moved to do so, energy exchange and all. But yeah, so anywho, some of y'all may be having stuff like that that's really signifying you're breaking free. Now we are going to get we're going to get a Holy High Angel card and brief little spread for this general collective. And then we're going to do the pick a card piles to get a little bit more specific for y'all. So to kind of show you, the first pile is going to be this one. And even though it's not a deck about gems and gemstones, I am drawn to that crystal on there. And as soon as I held it up and was focusing on this deck, I heard, "We are the crystal gems, here to save the day." Like Steven Universe, the Crystal Gem song, 444 on the timer. Speaking of 444, then we have messages. This is like the angels one, if you will. And then the third pile will be with this crown energy. Okay, I'll keep that one to itself. And I will remind y'all again when it's time to pick, and we'll start it off, but I wanted to show you really quick so that if anything like immediately called out to you, keep that deck in mind, and then allow this collective energy and reading, if you choose to listen and receive it, to wash over you and see how it all connects. Because as always, this is general collective. Book a personal if you want specific, links down below. With that being said, the general is still going to be giving you a lot of invitations, confirmations, affirmations, let alone ideally practical and pragmatic steps that you can do moving forward from this reading to continue aligning with your best and highest self and your timeline, and to leverage this breakthrough energy in its most optimal ways, right? Because it's one thing to break through, it's another thing to then walk through these open doors and portals in this liberation and make the most out of it, to take aligned and inspired action with this new renewed energy, let alone newfound sense of freedom. Okay. Please and thank you, holiest high angels and spirit. Ooh, that was quick. I had a feeling, Hanael, Holy Hanael with moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. I'm not surprised to see her in this card. At the time of recording, this is basically, quote unquote, a day after, I believe, the full moon in Leo of 2026. So we're definitely still affected by that ferocious energy, that Leo energy. So for this collective overall, and thank you, Spirit. In 2026, we are being asked to be more intentional. For those of us who haven't been very disciplined about noting the lunations, the lunar cycle, the phases of the moon, and the signs that the moon is in during said phases, we're being essentially guided to connect with some form of lunar tracking, lunar journaling this 2026. Ultimately, the benefits are up to us to receive and be consistent with this invitation. Like, this really is an open palm invitation from Holy Hanael. Given all of these glowing doves, though, and the three of them, it's giving Holy Trinity, it's giving Holy Spirit. And you can make this whatever Trinity resonates most with you, if any at all, or you can co-create your own, you know what I'm saying? Like, please. This is about you really co-creating your aligned and ideal reality with spirit in the way that feels most authentic, inspiring, and joyful, and healing, calibrating to you. Hanael is really inviting the honoring of moon cycles, moon energy, so that in this year ahead, your integration and your embodiment of your intuitive self is going to be more on lock with this practice, quite naturally, let alone whatever you do consciously to be aware of that. There's going to be still a lot of like subconscious and just it is what it is benefits I'm getting. Whether we realize it or not, our intuition is going to be leveled up by this practice and connection with the moon. And this is by no means to disrupt your connection with anything else you believe in. It's not like becoming a sun hater or anything like that. Like, no. This is simply allowing ourselves to deepen our connection with the moon and the influences and the energy it can have upon not only ourselves, but our realities and the shared earth, the shared experience, the shared reality. In addition to really developing your intuition, your sense and connection with truth, let alone your truth, and your willingness to express and honor it and make the decisions required to live and speak wholeheartedly from this free place, this liberation energy, a lot of this blue energy, a lot of throat chakra. Working with the moon energy is going to help you be most strategic in an authentic way in how and when you do what you do when you do it. This is going to allow you to essentially make more optimal decisions It's like you're going to use your solar and masculine power to act no matter what. However, this is an invitation to allow your feminine and the divine feminine through these various lunar archetypes and angels, Haneo, let alone your own specific holiest, highest self on the divine feminine side, intuitive side. It's like, let the feminine guide you. Let the feminine support you. Let the feminine give you the divine guidance and order before you turn it over to the masculine and execute. It's like, allow the masculine to do less, more optimally, effectively, and enjoyably by allowing your feminine to do a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, depending on yourself, to do more enjoyably, effectively. This isn't about burning one out, and of course, in different moments we dance, we ebb and flow. Like, it may be a little bit more of one and a little bit more of the other the next day, the next night, vice versa, yada, yada, yada. So this is about embracing. They're telling me one more guardian angel. This is instantaneous. We have patience with Holy Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Okay, so we got the message about the freedom. We got the message about the liberation. And a lot of y'all, you've already been receiving things that feel like dreams coming true. And yet, because they aren't in full fruition, you are being careful. Spirit is taking the reminder, and this is building off a message I channeled the other day, taking deep breaths and trusting your intuition and still show up and nurture your dreams. Even if it's a little bit, however you want to define a little versus a lot. That's not for me to quantify, okay? And that's not for anybody else to judge for you, okay? However, a little goes a long way. 12:12 on the clock. 12:12's been coming up a lot. Also, I am getting dreams, like as in sleep time, nighttime dreams, let alone daydreams, but especially dreams at night. As you connect with this lunar journaling, this lunar tracking invitation from Hanael, possibly notice how the moon affects your dreams if you are a dreamer, or invite that into your practice. I'm getting that message for some. For others, it's a reminder / confirmation and affirmation for an invitation you've already been receiving. So there's this element too of your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. And this comes after the moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. This is about also, I'm really getting the sense of, honestly, this is about making some of the best decisions you can for yourself, and how you develop and launch and curate and cultivate and care for your projects and passions, your hobbies, your practices, your service, your labor, all the above. All of this more or less output, whether it's output directly or output generating / output indirectly type stuff. Either way, it's like, what are you trying to grow and have come into fruition? Like, Spirit is saying, leverage this lunar energy, these moon cycles, to your highest and greatest good, and watch how much success you cultivate by this beautifully harmonized and intentionally embraced and utilized masculine and feminine energy and relationship and dynamic within yourself, let alone how you experience that in your given connections and relationships. And allow yourself to be honest about what kind of vibe you are feeling in a given dynamic or relationship, connection, collaboration, partnership, and or all the above. And, you know, like, really acknowledge what energy you want to show up in. If it is more of the divine feminine leaning or leading than the divine masculine, or vice versa, or if you're having like a very like closer to like center, whatever that looks like or means, version, you know, like I'm not trying to put you in a box. What I'm inviting is for you to embrace the energies that are seeking to be expressed at this time, and that allows them all to be taken into account, them all to be lovingly consulted, so that you make the most of informed, aligned, and calibrated, let alone harmonious decision possible. Feeling in throat chakra. You can't make this up. Bottom of the deck for this collective 1515 confirmation, but broken free of the chains and the shackles, like I said in the beginning. Spread your wings with holy Ariel. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. I talked about this liberation. I talked about the freedom. We had the breakthrough. Now this is about like really allowing ourselves to break into freedom. You know, it's like really about breaking into the freedom, like launching, allowing ourselves to flap our wings, to practice flying. And hey, it's okay if you get a little tired and you take a break. A lot of us are rebuilding and reassessing our capacity. And that's what Spirit wants us to do. Pardon me for clapping close to the mic, but that's, you know, emphasis. Spirit is wanting us to use not only our connection with Spirit and energy to continue with our healing and alignment journey as we have been. A lot of us are receiving opportunities and resources and blessings of various kinds where we are being asked and invited to put more energy towards our wellness, honestly, in our physical self, our physical environment. Not only our projects and our passions, like what we want to put out there. This is about really leveling up in our input, giving ourselves the best, giving ourselves more consistent care, doing what it takes. Ooh, confirmation, somebody, ooh, who's trying to get in the way of this truth? Meow, meow, meow. That step may be a synchronicity. Nesty girl, I'm nesty. Black cat, kitty cat protection, cat guys, cat protection, cat sitting, maybe signs and synchronicities for you. This is about allowing yourself to also receive support through, like, honestly, wellness services and whatever health, wherever your health journey leads you, whether that is to holistic health practitioners, homeopath, nature paths. I always forget how that one is, like where the E is in that one, so pardon me. But you know what I'm saying? Let alone more like traditional doctors, medical care, finding dentists, massage therapists, various forms of physical therapies and modalities, like doing what you gotta do to take care of you, and not just from a survival like standpoint. I'm talking about real rejuvenation and restoration, not just putting a donut, you know, on the car, and be like, oh yeah, it's okay. And you driving that donut around town like it's a regular tire, when you know you need like all new tires, like changed, rotated, aligned, greased up, the tune up, like, honey, it's like, it's no tea, no shade. The vehicle needs some loving. The vehicle needs tender loving care. The vehicle needs care and reinvestment, realignment, reattunement. And there's no judgment on you for that. Yeah, it's time for you to give yourself that care. And this is why Haniel from the jump is inviting more this connection with the moon, because the moon, she takes her restful periods. She goes dark. She invites recharging, contemplation, a little bit more intentional isolation. Just one of them days. We talked about in a recent reading, like, Monica, don't take it personal, but like really honoring ourselves where we take it personal in our time, in our self-love, in our self-care, in our self-sustainability. So let's see, okay, a couple quick tarot cards for this collective, and then we'll get into the pick a card pile. All right, we got 3 of Cups. Cheers, celebration. And cheers, you know, when I get cheers, it's like a toast. Like a recognition of something, whether it's the friendship, the love, the life, or maybe a certain success, the breakthrough, the breaking free. Yeah, I'm also getting, not too much. Like, watch your mouth. Like, be intentional. Like, you don't have to be putting your business on Front Street. Yeah, because I get the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords. I almost said popped right on top of it. So, yeah. So that Ace of Swords, kitty meowed. Kitty popped on top of it. Queen of Cups. So when she's giving me this, it's like, oh, why am I hearing in my head now from Batman? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? And Jim Carrey's been coming up a lot lately, so that might be a synchronicity. Jim Carrey and humorous, funny Sagittarian energies. Queen of Cups, though, she's tuning into this cup. It's more like the riddle me this. It's like she's seeking clarity about these relationships, these communities, these vibes. And it's not that it's like in a negative or rude way, because the truth is coming in. It's like, basically what I'm getting is that if you are uncertain about certain relationships, connections, community ties, vibes, whatever, if you give this request to the universe for truth and clarity, and you allow yourself to really tune into your instincts and intuition and go with the wave that spirit is carrying you on, go where your intuition and your divine guidance is really calling you towards, you're going to receive the clarity, as well as, because I feel as though I was going to say the liberation, but you've already received the liberation. You've already kind of had a breakthrough, or it's unfolding very soon, and you're moving forward into it. And it's like spirit has given you this breakthrough so that you really go more of your own way and do what you're called to do. And I am getting the sense of clarity is going to continue unfolding as you move forward. Like right now, I feel like the initial clarity is like the clarity of the brightness of this new day, this new dawn, the brightness of this breakthrough. One more card, please and thank you, Spirit. One more card for this general collective. And they're telling me I'm going to leave these tarot cards as they are. Okay, we have the Five of Wands popping out next. Yes, I feel like this is why we're being given the Sword of Truth, because it's a combination of overcoming our own internal conflicts, internal battles, like being split in different directions. Like inner turmoil is what I'm getting. And I feel as though it's inner turmoil that was either triggered or taken on from more external sources. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, like automatically. Like, you know your situation best. It may be something where it's like, something either fell off or something went off or what have you. And in the midst of it all, Spirit kind of gave you the Ace of Swords and kind of like pulled you up and pulled you out. Because it was like, I feel like you were the Queen of Cups, like tuning in to Spirit. Like, now I'm hearing Telephone by Gaga in my head. Hello, hello, baby, you thought I can hear a thing. You know, and like you were really on the line though. And you were starting to get more of the things. But there was some static, you know what I'm saying? There was a bit of effery and foolery going on. And I'm not saying this was intentional by any and all parties. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where stuff gets wonky in connections, and it doesn't inherently mean that anybody involved is like a bad person or doing something malicious. Yet it's kind of like the universe just allow things to become a little bit wonky because they want people to do a little bit more refocusing. And there's something about like needing to redirect energy that may have been going in a direction that no longer served between those parties for whatever reason, you know? Now, I'm not saying there aren't situations that can be or are malicious or problematic. You know your situation best. Book a personal down below if you need clarification or want it from somebody else, but you got it within yourself. Trust. I'm just here to help amplify and clarify. With this Five of Wands, I think it's more so you are overcoming. I kind of feel like the gig is really like you're going to overcome whatever you need to be overcoming, so long as you continue honoring your truth, honoring your freedom, and allowing yourself to make the most out of these blessings and these opportunities that the universe is putting before you. As long as you're catching the wave, whether it's the wave of air or the wave of the water, spiritual waters, that spirit is sending your way to help you like do what you got to do. Oh my gosh, sitting on top of, I gotta claim it. We're claiming it. Sitting on top of the victory card with Holy Sandalphone. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So spread your wings when on top of victory. So let this be an affirmation and confirmation for y'all collective. Victory is here, however, it requires you to spread your wings. Go forward, drop down and get your eagle on, girl, flap your wings. Like, do the gig. And rise above whatever the challenges are, whether they're internal, external conflicts, and continue to honor your truth. Do your best, as always, to try to call upon ever more patience, right? And not only patience, compassion, mercy, forgiveness, and accountability that's in alignment with those practices and virtues, and with people who really set and honor those intentions, and you all support each other through those. And give it time for things to settle and reconnect and recalibrate as well. You know, there's a lot of things going on this season and a lot of change. And I feel as though there have been a lot of tower moments, albeit maybe not always feeling the most conventional kind of way. Okay, Spirit is telling me let's get to the pick a pile. So, pile number 1. We're going to call this the Crystal Gems pile, even though it's not gemstones. So don't come for me if you don't, or you're not listening, okay? But I'm calling it the Crystal Gems pile. Pile 1. Pile number 2. Angels of the World. Pile number 3, crowns. Crowns. All right? So I think I hopefully went nice and slow for that. Now we're going to begin with pile number 1, crystal gems. So Steven Universe may be some signs and synchronicities for you. Theme songs that give you joy, positive feels, memories of old shows you watch and you particularly and quite notably enjoyed. As I seek to readjust my own comfort and own pillow. So that also may be a sign and synchronicity. Like, please, if you can, if you are able, like, allow yourself to get a little bit more comfortable in your seat, in your chair, readjust. Take some nice, good, deep breaths and chill and recalibrate. This is my pile when I was tuning in and preparing for this pick a card. Keywords for y'all were, or are, realness, authenticity, practicality, and pragmatism. It's like I'm getting with this pile, although you don't need to be, I'm getting a lot of earth sign energy, a lot of earth sign like wanting things very practical, pragmatic, and clear. I'm getting earth and air combination, especially, yeah, building off of the last general collective part in reading. So a lot of earth energy and a lot of air energy and elements. A lot of clarity and practicality. I'm getting with this collective, it's like, give it to me straight. You know, don't sugarcoat things. I'm here for a long time, not just for a good time. And you've really like worked with this collective, like, thank you, I feel guided by your guides to celebrate you. You've really worked to embrace that phrase and really say, I'm here for a long time, not just a good time. In the sense of, you're not blocking good times. You're not blocking good things. Like some phrases, I think there's a version where it's like, I'm here for a long time, not a good time. And it's like, why does that need to be mutually exclusive? Absolutely not. So you are breaking through and breaking free into a new era of joy, honestly, lightness and levity that also has groundedness and practicality. There is a stability landing and unfolding in your life where you're going to finally, and I'm just gonna claim it, like, let it out with no judgment, please, because my heart is like in the best way, like breaking open. You are stepping into an era and a time and age where finally you feel your feet fully on the ground while your heads are also blissfully and oxygenatedly in the clouds. It's like your feet are on the ground and you're also embracing, reaching for, and touching, embodying the stars. You are in a more calibrated, and I'm just going to say healed. I know there's a lot of narratives around the word and concept of healing and healed, and I'm not trying to hold anybody back with language, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yeah, I'm really feeling, this is my collective where you're like, yes, just let it be real. Let it be lovingly, intentionally unfiltered and raw. Like just it took so long to just let the heart give out this big, relieving, heavy sigh. So let's take a deep breath. Relieving sigh, however you want, and let it out and do that as much as you need to, and you deserve, collective. Whew. Let it be glorious, let it be joyful. You've done so much. So what we're getting with this one, this is the Angels of Abundance deck. And now you may feel called to work with or recharge, re-enchant any of your own crystal gems, gemstones, trinkets, talismans, amulets, wards, statues, figures, whatever, whatever you use maybe as a physical item to support and supplant your faith and your practices spiritually, energetically, and physically. Let alone these Angels of Abundance they always give, I feel like these cards are very practical and pragmatic and in the most loving and encouraging ways, quite direct. So let's get it, and then we'll get some tarot to help land it down to earth and clarify and give you a bit more. However, whatever I was just channeling for y'all is for what I gave is yours to keep in white houses. Vanessa Carlton, White Houses may have been coming up for you recently with this pile and collective. Partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career. Oh, and the spirit hands started clickety-clacking, and both parties benefit as a result. You're receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Oh, I'm feeling it. You saw spirit fingers just started clickety-clacking, clickety-clacking. This is just coming through. The partnership card. Oh my goddess. Get used to more moments, especially around this now, where you are going to be speechless. I invite you to not be breathless. Please breathe and breathe deeply and breathe with your whole heart. Allow yourself to be gobsmacked. Allow yourself to be silent. Allow yourself to be enthralled and thrilled. And we've been opening this heart because this heart has so much more to give and to do. And this season, you have really mastered and learned boundaries. And it's time to accept this level up, this upgrade, this glow up. And the only way you're really going to feel it is if you are now living and embodying your life. The only way you're going to know these boundaries are working and that you've learned the lessons is through interactions, connecting with other beings, showing up and showing out in the world. You're ready. You've broken through because you're ready. You've already been ready. Now it's time to dance. Now it's time to play, to connect. For those of you who have been wanting any and all forms of relationships, partnerships, connections, collaborations, social connections, congratulations. This is your season. This is your moment. Allow it, and we need your heart open, because only you can block or delay these blessings. These people are showing up in here, and this is in a variety of ways, and they keep showing me on this card, this angel mentoring, guiding, and teaching this being how to read and learn music. For those of you who have been seeking growth and haven't known how to do things or how to do everything, I was getting somebody's grandparent or someone was like, allowing that support. Like, I'm getting in the most loving way, but they're like, you better receive that support, these blessings. Like, you have, like, destiny helpers, blessed, aligned, and appointed beings being brought to you to bless you up, to guide you, and to help you do what you're here to do. And guess what? You know you're worthy and you're valuable. And so you best trust and believe, trust and believe, trust and believe 3 times that you are bringing so much to the table, and trust in this energy exchange. Trust in the energy exchange. Do not allow one facet or one aspect of these partnerships, of these relationships coming your way to trigger your insecurity, unworthiness, self-doubt, putting yourself down, putting yourself as inferior. Cancel, clear, delete, rebuke, and reject. In the name of your highest and holiest self, holiest spirit, holiest guide, teams, tribes, celestial, divine, soul, beings of the highest vibration and purest intentions. Shake them hands with the right ones. Practice your discernment. Leverage the cycles. Leverage the intuition. Aligned and inspired action. Let's see the bottom of the deck. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Okay, so here what we're getting. These are not contradictions, these cards. This is not a contradiction or a challenge to the channeled message about you connecting and opening up. No, this is the affirmation of what I was talking about. I don't know why spirits get me hype, but this is the affirmation and confirmation about what I was talking about with boundaries, practicing your boundaries, honoring yourself, taking time to reflect, to reset your energy, to honor your health and wellness goals, your energetic needs, your boundaries, your borders, your vibe, and let alone vibration and frequency. Essentially taking care of yourself and cultivating that quiet time with the holiest spirit, with your holiest guide. On top of have courage to ask for and accept help. What did I say? What did I say? Have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God, source, universe, for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. What did I talk about? What did I talk about? What did I channel? What did I channel? I feel like y'all don't even need tarot cards. I'm going to give you tarot cards because I'm not going to be cheap. Living the life, living the lux. But you best be applying these lessons. I told you were going to get it practical. I told you were going to get it pragmatic. This is my collective. Are you taking notes? I'm not trying to pressure you to actually take literal notes, but I'm like, are you taking a note? Are you feeling into this? Are you cognizing this? Cohering this? Cohering this? Meow, meow, meow. Coherencing this. So there's the times to interact, energy exchange, and then take the quiet retreat, especially because you are reprogramming, recalibrating your nervous system, and now you've done that, and now you're living out a new version of your nervous system. And there is part of you that has the memories of more survival and or messed up, miscalibrated, misaligned situations, hurtful situations and vibes. And now you're being asked to open up and trust again, to take risks again. And you're doing it, and yet at the same token, there's moments where excitement may also feel like anxiety, where uncertainty may be felt as nervousness. And it's okay. Spirit wants you to take this time to retreat, especially leveraging the power of nature. Come on, nature. Tammy Brown synchronicity. This quiet retreat so you really hear your spirit guides and the Holy Spirit, like the birds, the messengers that are being sent your way, so that you also know which people to allow into your life, and to what extent, to what depth, for however long. Really allowing yourself to work with the people that are sent your way, because there's going to be times, especially as you glow up and step more into your truth, there may be blasts from the past. And I'm not saying they're all wrong. I'm not saying they're all right. This is about you really practicing your discernment and being discerning, also about which doors were closed, locked, and sealed away forever for reasons, versus which people maybe in previous seasons and cycles you grew apart, and maybe there is an aligned opportunity where the universe is bringing y'all back together in this now. Once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. General collective reading. Want specifics, book a personal. However, you don't need me. You can pray on this. You could use your own practices, meditation, cards, whatever you do, divination. You got it like that. Quiet retreat. Let's get some tarot, please, and thank you to land this down to earth for this first pile. My crystal gems. Okay, now I'm hearing, okay, so this is also possibly R&B collective Joe. I'm hearing, oh my God, what is the name of that song? I think it's All the Things Your Man Won't Do, excuse me, where it's like, what good is a diamond nobody can see? I hear he's got you on lockdown, but I got the master key. Oh my God, I love that song. I had no business loving that song as a child, but I did. So this is about you really shining, letting your diamond light out. It's like you are not a diamond in the rough. You're not in the dirt. You're not buried. No, you are shining bright, and it's time to let your radiance out. Oh, they gave it to you straight, no chaser. Okay, we get Eight of Wands, communication, and I'm saying it straight up. Opportunities was the first word. Opportunities are coming in. I'm going to shuffle out one card in a second. I need to take a sip of juice. I got to sweeten it up for y'all. Mango. Eight of Wands. You got messages. You got communication. Things are moving forward, okay? Five of Cups. A bit of you and no tea, no shade. You're a little bit in your feelings about these past cups, these past empty situations. Like, I was kind of channeling this basically. And you are already dressed and ready to move forward and to go. And your ancestors are lighting up your boots, lighting the fire under your... so that you can move forward and do what you got to do in a loving way, giving you the boost, let alone the... And so, look at that. There's the two cups. There's already the new nourishment, the rejuvenation I've been talking about, the healing, the loving fulfillment, the collaboration, partnerships, cups for you and also for others, possibly to share. Or maybe you need all of that and you're going to yum, yum, wow, drink it up. And then you're going to see like how it got to you, how the source used which source to give it to you. Right now, though, there is this Page of Swords. I'm getting a little insecure Irene, you know, like there's a little insecure Inez. A little insecure Inez coming through, you know, where overall she knows she's strong. She's got the power in her hands. However, it's like the past, my heart is damaged. I thought that I should let you know. The gag is, though, you've actually healed your heart, and you've already been healed your heart. You're beyond the damage. It's more so the mind, though, is like trying to keep that stuck on repeat, trying to get you thinking you still have that story. Yeah, and there's certain things trying to keep you, sneeze, interruption. Oh, there we go. Bless me, bless thee, bless we. That Page of Swords, it's like it's trying to keep you focused on the past so that you stay in that insecure boot loop, so that you don't really march forward and like hop on this ride, hop on the bike, baby, and get to where you're going, and you're not going by yourself. Like I said, there's opportunity, there's support, and this is a ride. Like, I feel like now I'm hearing T.S. Madison, hey, witch, let me pick you up. Hey, witch, let me pick you up, you know? Let's get one more card, tarot, for this collective. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Because this is the energy you've more or less been breaking free of. Yes, Six of Swords. Confirmation, your guides are shepherding you onto calmer and more peaceful waters. Like I was already saying, you don't have to even drive this ride. You're being shepherded, you're being carried. So you already know what's good. It's like honor your peace, honor your guidance. Feel your feelings and allow emotional release, and yet allow yourself, follow your guidance, but please accept the help, accept the blessings, accept the aligned connections and partnerships. This is not the time to just bury your head in the sand and try and do it all by yourself. All by myself. You ain't gotta be. So I'm like, choose and choose wisely. Pray on it, connect on it, meditate on it, do what you gotta do. But get into it, collective. Like, you are, yes, you have been in these moments of mourning and grieving, yet you are more healed than sometimes you give yourself active credit for, and you allow yourself to think and perceive in your mind. Yet Spirit is moving you forward unto peace, unto common waters, whether you want it or not. Only you can deny or delay your blessings, though. Receive these opportunities and allow this fulfillment to come in, because especially a lot of y'all are also unlocking new locations, you're unlocking travel, you're building new bridges, you're crossing waters, you're crossing worlds. And you know this, and it's like there's a lot of big, I think that's another reason why a part of you is triggered, whether consciously or subconsciously. It's like, you know, there are big things ahead of you, big things in store. And because of what you've been through in the past, you genuinely care about who you are, what you do, how you show up. Like, you're not trying to do a quote unquote bad job. You're not trying to be a bad friend, a bad partner. Like, you know, you're not, basically, you care, period. Let alone you care about your impact, how you show up, the influence, like who you really are in the world, in this reality, in this shared experience, let alone in the specific relationships and connections you opt into and or have the opportunity to opt into or opt out of. Spirit is affirming you and letting you know that you really have leveled up, and at the same token, as you integrate into this new version of reality, your nervous system, your confidence, your way of being, you are being supported with guides like above and here on this plane, or within, let alone on this plane. So you're not in it alone, and you don't, the thing is like, it's been progress over perfection, and it's going to continue to be progress over perfection. So remember the core fundamental principles and values that have really sustained you in your faith and gotten you this far. And while, yes, you are changing up a lot of practices and your mindset is elevating, and you really are treating yourself better and investing in yourself more and more, absolutely. What I am saying, though, is like, you've built up so much faith and you've done so many amazing things. Like, you don't have to pretend like you have amnesia and that you don't know anything good that you can do for yourself, let alone with your connection with spirit, your intuition, honoring your guidance. And you know that if you're guided to make a change, it's like the more you tap in through your intuitive practice as it is, you'll be guided to what it's meant to evolve into. Like, so honor that intention and go with the flow. All right, so that's what I got for y'all, crystal gems. Thank y'all for tuning in. That was your reading. Meow, meow, meow. All right, so now we're going to get into pile number 2, angels of the world. Angels of the world, earth angels, probably this collective. What I'm getting, a key word, a key frame, a key invitation, softness. Softness, tenderness, softness and tenderness. Care. This collective especially had the softest parts of the pink unconditional love energy wanting to come through. So with my collective, it's like with all of these things you are evolving into, you're being called into, the ways you're being aligned and calibrated in this now. Spirit wants you to continue to do what you can to be soft and loving and tender with yourself. Give yourself care. Just because this upcoming Chinese New Year is the year of the fire horse, it doesn't mean you're meant to become a workhorse or workaholic. No. This is a year where you will take more consistent pauses and slowing down to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind, to take care of your spirit, to take care of you. This is not a year to keep your health and your wellness on the back burner any longer. And this is not to scare anybody. This is not creating false urgency or anything like that. What I'm saying is like, this is a year that I really feel There's a lot of divine support for a lot of health and wellness, calibrations, upgrades, evolutions, miracles, blessings, resources for all of this. Claim this intention if it's for you and own it. And then allow yourself to commit to allocating the time and the resources as they come in for you for these things. Please do not put yourself on the back burner. For a lot of this collective, these angels are really wanting like forms of consistent care and things that really help you at a root level, let alone, help get rid of or decrease like symptoms or more like top layer expressions of things. They really want you to go towards root level like interventions at this point though, not only restricting yourself to crisis interventions, band-aid solutions, things of that nature. And there's no judgment for other seasons past when resources, time, whatever in life was like giving you that. You made the most out of what you've had whenever you've had it. This is about allowing yourself to embrace thriving. And a big part of your homework and embrace of thriving this year is prioritizing yourself and your health, because you've really, in survival mode, you've done a lot of putting things on the back burner, putting things at the bottom of the list, because you've been doing what you can to keep the ship afloat, to be honest, to keep yourself housed and fed and managing whatever agreements and whatever you owe thus far as it is. And there's no judgment there. This is the reality. Whew. I feel like almost spirit, I feel like something also wanted to almost come in the way of that channel. That was very strong. We're going to get some angel cards to help confirm and build upon the message in the channel for y'all. Yeah, whatever I just channeled for this collective about health and wellness, very potent. I advise you to, yes, combine whatever you do for physical modalities and interventions. Please lean into that this year. Also allow yourself to invest in receiving, energy healing. Bonus if you find people who combine this consciously, intentionally in the work that they do. Because, right, it's always connected. We know people's mood and vibe affects what they do and what they output. Yet there are those who practice intentionally infusing and being conscious of these things. Whew. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit, holiest angels. Please grant a card for this collective. What do the angels, messages from the angels want to say? How did I know? All right, first and foremost, Bethany, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. This is exactly what I was channeling, especially massage. And then we had Bridget pop out with caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Now, I am going to get one more card from this deck, and I will get Tarot to clarify. Now, with this caution thing, this is not meant to have anybody be afraid. This isn't a setup. This isn't anything going wrong, going left. Stick with me now. What I'm getting, though, is Spirit wants us making decisions and reviewing things from a fully rested and replenished and abundant state. It's time for us to make more decisions and think more from an abundant layer and level, from a liberated and free and prosperous and self-loving and self-caring, let alone for those you also have your care and commitments for, your community, teams and tribes, etc. What I'm getting is review things from a rested and abundant state, not from an exhausted and scarcity and or lack-driven state and consciousness. This is about reviewing things and considering things and communicating about things from a high vibration, as well as, yes, taking your time to assess and review things and not rush or force the fit. Give yourself time and space to consider things and set the time aside, and remember you are worth it. Okay, what do we got? Merlina, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. So there we go. That's building off of Bridget. It's about taking the time to look into things, consider things, do some research, ask questions. Don't rush a decision. As excited as you and or others are, You deserve the opportunity and place and space to do your due diligence. Yes. Ooh. Also, while there's a lot of things that you are being guided to keep private and not go running around telling any and everybody, I feel like for some of you, you are being invited to consult with someone, a party that you feel has your best interest at heart, and isn't or wouldn't be doing anything like shady or weird or manipulative or messy regarding you, your connections, what have you. Because I feel as though you're also being given the opportunity to receive some advice or insight. However, it's like be very discerning about who you go to and go to your spirit guides first. All right. And then, yeah, we have around the corner. It's like no conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. We have Desiree looking at the horizon line and the beach and the waves. With Maya at the bottom of the deck, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So you're essentially being affirmed, like, if things don't feel the best just yet or look the best just yet, continue to hold on to your faith and trust that you are up-leveling and you're going onto new pastures. And, ooh, yeah, pastures. Wow. So definitely getting more greenery, getting more... There's a wave of freshness coming in for this collective. And this is why Spirit wants you really well rested, really well taken care of, honoring yourself so that as you start making decisions and moving forward as these opportunities unfold for you, you're doing so feeling good and looking gorgeous, you know, like vibing high, not being cheap with yourself, not settling for crumbs, not settling for less. Absolutely not. Let's get some tarot for y'all and then we'll close this pile. Yes. I'm feeling it with this one. And with this pile, I'm starting to feel like the energy. I'm like, yeah, like this Bethany card like makes me want to like take more rest, take more naps. So please honor, you're doing a lot of energetic processing and releasing whether you're conscious of it or not at this time. So that's why these healing modalities and practices and rest and restorative and rejuvenating things like the massage, the baths, what have you, are gonna go a long way because you're transmuting and releasing a lot. Yes, we're getting 4 of Wands. I love this. Judgment. An 8 of Pentacles. I'm gonna get one more. Thank you, Spirit. 5 of Swords. Bottom of the deck is 2 of Pentacles. Around the corner is the Lovers. So right now I feel like on a foundational level, it's like you've kind of had like a real shakeup regarding some like foundational arrangements, unions, connections, partnerships, what have you. And that's not to say that they all ended or what have you. Yeah, I do feel like there was a real judgment call, a wake-up call, a realignment and reassessment moment or moments and opportunities. And honestly, I feel like following it, you continued working on yourself, working on your craft, working on what you're called to do. Like, you didn't dally or, I guess, waste time waiting to hear. I'm getting a sense of, like, not waiting to hear this full trumpet call or whatever this angel would say. It was kind of just like, oh, all right, this is what it is. Time to go. Like, let's just get back to it. It's kind of just like jumping back into working on your craft, working on yourself, working on what you're here to do. And with the 5 of Swords following it, I'm getting the sense of like, you really chose yourself. And you chose yourself, and it also meant allowing others to maybe have a different perception of you or to misperceive you, to see you differently. Maybe they came at you with a certain style that didn't resonate with you, but thought you would be unable to like match it, and it's like you really didn't match and defeat. Whew. Yeah, this is a powerful one. This collective, I feel as though you're kind of like more or less in your own world, doing your best to do your own thing and to continue working on your craft, working on your passion. And you're like, your cutoff game is very strong. Like you're really here for aligned relationships. Like you are juggling things. Wow, it's 2 pentacles on top of 2 of cups. 2-2 on, and this is being recorded on 2-2, like February 2nd. 2 of cups on top of the world. Yeah, you're entering a new cycle. You're juggling your priorities right now, and trust that very soon come. There's aligned relationships and connections just around the corner for you, like real opportunities with others coming through. You're going through a little bit of a solo dolo moment because you're going through a purge. Kid Cudi may be a synchronicity for you as well. It's like there's been some foundational, like, I feel like foundational judgment calls by the universe, like situations like I was channeling, I think, of the general collective part of this video, where like foundational relationships had a bit of a shakeup. And you kind of like needed to pivot and refocus on your own craft, your own design, your own calling and purpose. Even if that also meant putting some distance between other people and other parties where it's either not readily in alignment, maybe they're not understanding you, you're not understanding them. It's like no beef, no bones, but you're like, it's like these things are not destroying you either. So that's what I'm getting for this collective. Okay, comment down below, pile number 2, if this resonates with you, because y'all took me out. I love you though, and I can't wait to see you again. Comment down below. All right, we're gonna get into my final collective, the crowns pile. Calling all goddesses, this is the goddess deck. Calling all goddesses, Adore Delano, synchronicities, perhaps, drag queen, synchronicities. With this pile, I got the energy of ferocity. So let's take some deep breaths. An audible sighs out if you can. I won't do too many because I don't want to make you go deaf. And if you are comfortable and you're familiar with lion's breath, we'll do that. Or I recommend you do that. At any rate, this pile had a keyword of ferocity, fierceness, and goddess energy. Embracing your intuitive calls, your intuitive side. Knowing when to shine brightly in the light versus knowing when to move quietly and embrace your own personal darkness. And use that time for your own recalibration, recovery, reassessment, reattunement, intuiting, receiving, divining. Really embracing the yin and the yang, the fullness of yourself, everything in between and beyond. So we're going to get some goddess guidance with this card tower, with this ferocity channel coming right off the rip. With this collective, this is about... It's always, and it always happens when I get to the third piles, usually when I do pick a card, where it's like, there's just some next... Whenever I'm channeling like these collective readings and there's different waves and lines, it's like usually whenever I get to the third one, it's like this is the pile that for, in whatever moment in time this finds you and you choose this, in a lot of ways, your energy clears ways and clears pathways. Like what is asked of you is being a vanguard, is being a trailblazer, whether that's in your community, whether that's in your bloodline, your generational line, your lineage, whatever you want to call it, your teams. Like there's something about you that really asks often of high layers and levels of not only leadership, authenticity, authentic expression, and having to be very wise. This collective, if this finds you around the time of recording, the full moon in Leo, or any big Leo energies or lunations around the time this finds you, this is especially resonant with you. Anybody with big Leo placements and or Chiron in Leo, This is big for you. You don't have to, yet these are all signs and synchronicities, let alone leadership. And not just leading something. I'm not just talking about like managing something by the book and having no personality and no wisdom and no willingness to share your real experience and know how to adjust and balance interpreting a book definition versus like the nuances and intricacies of real life situations that aren't always black and white. There is the gray, and there's not only the gray, there's beautiful color. And this is for my collective who holds space for that, for my goddesses and goddess loving and leaning folk who hold space and embrace that space. The message for you now is to enjoy your ferocity as much as you enjoy your softness. Enjoy your activeness and activity just as much as you enjoy your passivity and passiveness and passive vibes. Dance boldly, dance authentically, dance wildly, dance freely, and allow yourself to dance just as much as ecstatically as however you may feel called to learn styles or learn choreography, and infuse it and embrace it in your own ways. Give yourself containers to express what is seeking to come out and come through you. This chapter, this time, this now is an era of so much unlocked truth for you, and where you're being given opportunities and platforms that are inviting you to speak and share and write and narrate and curate your truth and your truths and your perspectives. And this is contributing to major impact. This is what's being asked of you in this now. Yet allow yourself to receive it in mediums, in packages, in deals, in contracts, in agreements, in negotiations that feel aligned and feel true. Use your voice, negotiate for what you want and what you need. Be bold and trust yourself. Be steadfast and trust yourself. You are loving, you are wise, you are compassionate, and you are considerate. You are a brilliant, I was going to say businesswoman, whatever gender. You are a brilliant businesswoman. You are a beautiful businesswoman. You are a beautiful leader. You are a beautiful ruler. Remember that Leo energy, that crown, king, queen, sovereign, ruler. Negotiate the best deal for your kingdom and queendom. You have what it takes to create win-win-wins. You always have. There were others who were not ready to meet you where you were at. They were not, and this isn't to be rude, but they didn't know how to show up at those tables and co-create and receive win-win-win with you. Yet now, the table that's been prepared for you, you are receiving things from people, from places, from sources that are worthy of you and that you are worthy of. And yet with that though, it's like negotiate the menu, negotiate the deal, negotiate the meeting. While you are always grateful and you are always gracious, don't just eat something as it's given when you are really being given opportunity to get specific and ask for what you want. Goddess Oracle cards. Leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Time to go for it, collective. I feel like a sneeze wanting to come through. And we have Mother Earth at the bottom of the deck. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. I often look at this card and see the whole world in her hands, very much Two of Wands energy. Ooh. Is this the collective that keeps making me sneeze? Is it just y'all since pile 3? Because these blessings are right underneath your nose. Don't miss it. Mountains have been moved. Mountains have been climbed. Mountains have been surpassed. It was like I was channeling in the general collective reading in the beginning of this video, the one that applied to everybody. This collective, though, circling back to that, it's like having your head in the clouds, reaching for the stars, embracing the stars, while also being incredibly grounded, feet on the ground, with your ancestors, ancestors in their love, like really supporting you, uplifting you. You have this strong foundation. You have what it takes. There are new roots unfolding in your life. You're rooted, and it's time to go for what you want, what's calling for you. Allow yourself to accept these opportunities, accept these big dreams, go for these bold ambitions, spread your voice, spread your wings. Like even in the collective reading, it's like leap, and leap as yourself. Leap with your full, fierce, honest, authentic voice, truth, way of being, your style, your everything. And trust that you're going to learn and acquire whatever you need to along the journey, like wherever you need to grow, like the universe has already supported you, let alone is supporting you with what you need. Like these blessings are coming with the growth and the supports needed to sustain and cultivate and curate and grow and expand them. So allow yourself to receive it all. Practice your discernment, honor your boundaries, honor your capacity. Let's get some tarot for y'all. I feel like with this collective, it's so... For a lot of y'all, I feel like you're already in the process. You're in the process of allowing these blessings to unfold. And it's like, really allow it. Receive it. Three of Swords. And I wanted to fly over to the Spread Your Wings card over there. Spirit's acknowledging. I feel like this is the energy of like the lingering heartache and heartbreak that you're getting over, you're breaking free of. Yeah, because then we get the Knight of Cups. And then, oh my gosh. Wow. You're coming out of hardship, you're coming out of poverty, you're coming out of scarcity, you're coming out of lack, you're coming out of the cold, the harsh winter. Wow, around the corner is also a Knight of Swords. There's like about 3 Knight energies. Like there are messages and communications, offers and opportunities coming your way. Pretty much all of these collectives are getting that in some way, shape, or form. Yet you are getting it up, down, and sideways, front, back, and center. Okay, goddess, kitty cat, meow. You are receiving emotionally fulfilling and aligned opportunities, things that really speak to your heart. And look who popped out together. 2 cards. So we already had the heartbreak, but here's the thing. New, refreshing cup, divine opportunity coming through, messenger. We have the Knight of Pentacles, a messenger, okay? Knight of Pentacles for me is the slowest, most committed, most reliable, in it for the long haul type of night. This is a night where it's like, it's really gonna... Wasn't I channeling earlier in this collective, I'm here for a long time, not just a good time? Like, this is that, the callback, 1212 again. Here for a long time, not just a good time, but here's the good time, here's the great time, here's the Sun card, which represents success, fulfillment, joy, everything working out. Like, the rain is gone. Like, the rain is gone. The heartbreak is gone. Like, the rain is, it's no more. Like, this opportunity is bringing in true emotional fulfillment, heart unlocking, like real joy and elation, let alone that it's solid. It is solid. It is prosperous, and it is going to grow. So don't sleep on it, even if it starts off. And with the around the corner being, you know, the Knight of Swords, for me, that's more and more like communication, more and more like opportunities, things coming in, like stuff coming in quickly. So it's like the communication, and I feel as though the development of this is going to move quickly. You're going to be receiving amazing fruits and blessings in the short term, in the immediate, with some of these things, if not all of them. Like, trust and believe. There's going to be things putting an immediate smile on your face, and you're going to be having a flag to wave in the moment. Yet also with this Knight of Pentacles, you're also getting things that are going to grow over the long term. Things that are going to need to be cultivated and curated, yet you're going to, like I say, or you already are, you're being supported with that. So there's long-term and long-haul benefits with, if not all, at least with whatever feels like some of these prominent opportunities and things and blessings coming through in your life in this now, around the time this message finds you. So Of course, take the time it requires to consult with your guides, to pray, to respond to things versus have like unnecessary reactions, and give yourself grace if you do react. And at the same token, it's like, do follow up and follow through. Don't block anything. Don't block your blessings. Don't slow down too much so that you don't allow anything to come to and come through, okay? Yeah, I feel complete with that. So comment down below if this is your reading, goddess. Comment down below if this resonates with you, if you liked any part of the first part. Like, let me know. Links are down below if you want to book a personal reading. I am Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. Thank you again so much for tuning into this pick a card and this general collective reading, and I will be back very soon.